Greetings. Hello. Oh, you're too kind. You're too kind. No more. Oh, you're too kind. No more. Too kind. I'm Chappers, otherwise known as the Monkey Lord. I'll tell you a story. You walk into a guitar store, or maybe you walk into some other exciting restaurant or something, and you see a guy, and he's an amazing guitar player, and he looks like he's got some money, and he seems kind of self-fulfilled, spiritually aware, a happy kind of person. He could be a dude or a dudess. You want to be that person. This is the goal of what I'm going to talk about today. It's about sort of self-fulfillment as a musician, utilising the modern age's new media to make musicians business people and then give them some money, because musicians have a hard time feeding themselves and their families. Feel my aura. What I'm trying to say, in essence, is that you can be a well-paid, happy, relaxed, healthy musician and not have incredible shred, skill, ability, ridiculous speed and the like of my highly dexterous prowess. You can just be a wicked rhythm player. There's always things like, you turn up and they say, we're smelling flowers, it's summer, we're trying to make it taste of cheese. Think of a chord progression, go! And you have to kind of, you're thinking, okay, maybe it's a G13 for this particular cheese flavour. I don't know, maybe it's a C9, maybe it's not. And then they kind of go, we need more of the sort of rose-tinted glass viewpoint. And they talk rubbish at you because they're not musicians. The majority of people that work in the industry that will hire you if you are a session playing guy won't be musicians. You want to be in your community doing stuff, do charity work, do good things, and you'll find that people start to know who you are. You don't just want to be, I'm a guitar player, I've got a YouTube page and people will contact me. If you think of the traditional route of doing session work via major labels, who are all dying gradually, a lot of the session work now is with home studios, and so you'll find there are now millions of home studios sprouting, looking for little session guys to jump in for like 50 quid and do a lead lick. Literally, you'll turn up and sort of go, 50 quid. You need an electronic press kit. Something that says, I can play these styles, I charge this day rate and this hour rate, my management company is here. Use the new media to help you get a profile and then give them it electronically. The music industry has changed so incredibly dramatically from the good old days of you gigged in pubs. You got spotted by a dude with a rucksack who bought you a pint, which you then paid him for later. And he said, I'd like you to sign to my label, sir. And you make an album and you tour, and you make an album and you tour, and then they dump you. That was the traditional route that a lot of people still think exists, and it really kind of doesn't exist anymore. It's sad days for major labels, but good days for you, because now everyone is their own label. The situation is completely flipped on its head. For the first time in human existence, for $20, you can release a tune to iTunes, you can self-promote it, you can get it to the entire world. The dawn of the digital studio was the end of the major labels, because lots of musicians have amazing, blinding skills and they're fantastically creative people, but they have zero business savvy and they don't plan, because planning is really boring. Hands up who plans. You're boring. The first question is, what do you want to be? Because if you don't know, you've got nothing to aim for. Do I need to buy a Mac and some software? Do I need to learn to edit video? Do I need to learn to do my own artwork, Photoshop, Lightroom? All these things you have to learn that if you got signed, they do for you and they charge you for. So you have to learn about marketing, and you have to learn about advertising, and you have to have a team of people that help you. So I'm building my own management team, my own marketing area, and I'm pushing forward my 5-year plan. Guess where almost all the money in the music industry is now? There are some massive multi-million-dollar pound Great British sovereign companies. How many guitar players sat down here have more than one guitar? Keep your hands up. How many have more than 2 guitars? Who have more than 3 guitars? More than 4 guitars, more than 5 guitars, more than 6 guitars. You can put your hands down. Especially going ahead, I'm sensing you had a mistake. That scares me. How many have you got? Yeah, good boy. The one that dies with the most guitars wins. Am I right? That's the truth, isn't it? So I get 35,000 views a day. It's taken me 2.5 years. 2.5 years. I had a plan though, and I kind of worked at it really, really hard. Sweat blood into YouTube. But it's paying me now. Every month I get £750 just from YouTube and AdSense alone. There's a lot of hard work goes into doing everything we do as musicians, and there's a lot of heartache goes into it. If you are all guitar players, you will have all been in bands where someone was on drugs or something horrible happened, and the band splits up, and then you get another band, and then it's the bass player drowned in a pool or something. There's always, people that really are the root of all evil in music. There's always someone that makes things go wrong. Some of the guys I work for turn over millions, and I mean literally millions of pounds. You need a lawyer more than you need a manager. Lawyers are a really good idea. And the NU give you free legal advice. Do you know how valuable that is? That's unbelievably valuable. Because a lot of guitar players are not confident. And they're emotional and sensitive beings. It's as simple as this. If you want to be a guitar player, right now, go and make a business card and write on it your name and then guitarist and start handing it out. Because the sooner you believe it yourself and stand up for yourself financially, the sooner people will take you seriously. If you just give things away for free, how do you think you look? Buy my music. Because I am badass. And if you don't buy it, I'm going to eat you. That's the kind of mentality you need to have. Be a taxi driver. Would a taxi driver give free lifts to people to begin with? If you cannot edit video and you haven't got a camera, then I would learn that yourself. That's a seriously important skill for a musician nowadays. Things that you can measure generally get done. So here's a list of ideas that you can do just to make a bit of cash. And I think the theme here is doing anything to make the money, but bearing in mind you want to retain artistic credibility throughout all of this. I have done well enough now that I have enough of a fan base to launch a guitar company. This is Chapman Guitars. So, this is the weirdest thing ever saying that, but I had a guitar company, so I sell guitars. When people come to me and say, Chappers, I'm not making any money, I say, what are you selling? And I go, well, I have a band. What are you selling? Look at Metallica, the biggest band in the world. They have more radio play than any band in the world. And they just played what they wanted to play. They didn't play songs they thought people wanted to hear. Have integrity, be honest with your audience. Yeah. I'm endorsed by ESP guitars, Marshall amplifiers, D'Addario strings, Planet Wave accessories, Shadow Electronics, Faith acoustic guitars. Every guitar playing dude needs a website. You need a YouTube, you need every single method of reaching people. You need the face page, my book, you, spam, whatever, have them all. YouTube is, for a guitar player, or any musician, the one place you need to establish yourself. Like I said, I get 35,000 views a day. I am unusual, that's pretty good going. But you think about that as a gig. If I had to gig to 35,000 people every day, what kind of gig would that be? That's touring with Metallica every day. Business, say business.
Business.
That was awesome. Do it again, business.
Business.
Oh, right. As a business, approaching other businesses to pay you. Real businesses love statistics. When you're making videos, you need to talk to your audience. Lots of guitar players make videos where you see the guitar and you see them playing, and they might be amazing, but you don't see their eyes, and you don't connect with the person, and you don't press that subscribe button. Anyway, you've been a very attentive audience. I've been Rob Chappers of the band Monkey Lord and the guitar brand Chapman Guitars. I'm helping Shelterbox raise money. Shelterbox. You guys take it easy. Chappers, thank you.
I've watched Rob myself over the last couple of years, and he's getting bigger and bigger. It's terrible.
Get fatter, yeah.